the text arrived from Steve Otmar asking, "Frank, do you want this?" I replied, "What is it, a Messerschmitt?" It was sticking out of the salal and was actually a whale's tail buoy that had been missing since 1991. I wasn't interested in it if it was hotter than a $2 pistol, but Steve's wife tracked down the artist who created it and things got rolling. My bad.
Oh.
All right, how'd you find this thing? Where'd you get this thing?
I bought this property in 2003, and it was laying in the brush when I bought the property. And so I've moved it around a few times just because it's in my way, and always wondered what the story was. And I can't believe you found that Kitsap Sun article.
My wife found that doing research.
Yeah.
She remembers seeing it.
She does.
Yeah, driving by there, taking the kids to school or taking them to practice.
You mean she saw it at Brownsville?
Yeah, she saw it in the water and just remembered it.
Yeah.
She kind of remembered the article of it being stolen, floated away, or whatever happened to it.
I don't know. I'd be surprised if it was stolen.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I wondered about that too. But I mean, they didn't bring it by water.
No. So the previous owner of this property was Judge Doctor, who was our municipal court judge. He built this house and he bought the property in the early 90s. And I think he had some waterfront property around here somewhere. So maybe it floated up on his beach and he drug it up here or something.
That could be. I can't see a judge swiping it. But he said he didn't know if it was stolen or if it blew away because it had drifted off
Yeah.
before.
93, I think.
Well, I lost my boat off a buoy this summer, so stuff can come apart.
Boat?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I found it on the beach about a quarter mile away. Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah, was it?
One like that in my boat, yes.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, his wife tracked it down, found the artist, and then she called the artist
Yeah.
and got permission for me to not go to jail if I took it and put it back together. And I was going to tell everybody, hey, we're filming this in Canada, so don't come to the guy's house.
Well, you know, the other funny thing is my neighbor, he just passed away a year ago, but was Ken Lundemo. You know who Ken Lundemo was? He was a local artist. He's a sculptor. And he's got a wood-fired kiln over there, and they do these firings for 5 days in a wood-fired kiln. People come from all over the world to come fire. Wow. But he was a founding member, I think, also of Collective Visions, which it said that this guy, was it Alan?
Yeah, Alan.
Was a founding member of Collective. So Ken would have known Alan for sure. And I mean, and he's seen this thing. Like, he's walked around over here and seen this thing before. I would have thought he would have said something to me if he would have realized what it was. Yeah.
Well, we're going to try to build a whole whale and put a high pressure water pump in it, either for bubbles out the blowhole for the kids or high pressure water mist to cool the crowds in the parade, because they're always in August. It's going to, right now my vision is going to be in the back of my 1938 Model 820 John Deere Hayward.
Okay.
With the tail sticking out in the back. If I don't have it finished by this year, the tail will be sticking out of the back, and I'm going to figure out some way to gimbal it so the tail drops or something.
But you can still do a blowhole.
Sure.
You can still blow water up like where it fits in the right spot, adjacent to the tail.
Yeah. We're going to see how it goes. It depends on how excited I get my friends that are going to help me out.
Oh.
I'll buy all the material, guys. You get the work done.
Ah, I heard it. Got a witness.
You're Frank Strickland?
I'm Frank Strickland.
Nice to meet you. This is Megan.
Megan?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've worked with her before.
I thought I
You look
recognized your
familiar,
name.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I met, there's the guy that started all this trouble for me. Yeah. That was amazing. Who called you first? Was it Peggy or Steve? It was Peggy. Yeah. Do you know Peggy? I don't. That's very interesting. Oh, you want to go see it?
Yeah.
Before I really mess it up? The Kitsap Sun did an excellent article on this buoy, its origins, and what happened to it. Some of it is speculation, but most of it is just amazing.
The part I like is a municipal judge who was a lawyer, was commuting from Bainbridge Island to Port Orchard, where he worked daily by boat. He found it floating at the southeast end of Bainbridge Island, where he claimed it as under maritime law, derelict, or some other section of maritime law that allowed him to take it. And he transported it by boat all the way around to the Hood Canal to some property he had over there past Seebeck and Crosby and Nolita. My first attempt at building the structure to support the whale broke in half under its own weight. I stole this design from Lockheed Martin's F-35 Raptor, where the main part of the jet is a bulkhead where everything is attached. I attached the ribs to the bulkheads and inserted them into the holes I had cut into the bulkhead on the tail to secure this front part to the tail. I used brackets at every intersection to make sure it would stick together. I glued blocks of rigid foam together to form the head. This would have to be sanded significantly into the shape of the head. I made the pectoral fins out of the same rigid foam. You can't apply polyester resin directly to rigid foam, as it will dissolve it during the chemical reaction that makes the epoxy hard. Good old YouTube research showed me that a better way would be to use two-part epoxy, Marine A and B, which would not react with the rigid foam. The problem with it was about $160 a gallon and a 2-gallon minimum, one for part A and one for part B. A better solution for me, at least economically, was to buy some water-based latex paint and put 5 coats over the foam before applying the polyester resin. This would prevent it from reaching the foam and reacting with it. I wrapped the ribs with engineering fabric, 1/4-inch galvanized mesh. Then I began covering it with fiberglass mat. If you've ever worked with fiberglass, you know what fun I'm having right now. This stuff is a mess. As I proceeded, I got better at it, and by the time I was doing the other side of the whale, he came out much nicer over there. It took several weeks of sanding to get the head to the shape that I wanted, and I had to constantly check and bring my wife out to see if I was close and get me back on track. I used rope and a hot glue gun to make the lips for the whale. I glued them in place all the way around to the other side and eventually fiberglassed them in. With the latex applied to the foam, I was able to complete the head using fiberglass woven and mat. Make sure you put on 5 coats of latex and make sure all the little pinholes are secure or you will have a mess. This process is very dusty, so I moved the whale outside to get a little fresh air while I was sanding and finishing the whale. Make sure you wear your PPE and keep the dust out of your eyes. And most importantly, your lungs. You will need your lungs after this project is finished. Randy and John stopped by to help me roll him over on his back so I could finish the belly. Once I finished the belly, Jeff helped me roll him back over onto his stomach so that I could start attaching the eyes and pectoral fins. The eyes were made by a friend who does beautiful fused glass. She even included the bloodshot on the front of the eyes to make it more realistic. I formed the eyeball itself with foam and fiberglass.
We're gaining on it.
With only 1 week remaining, I had to put the camera down and get busy, so I didn't do a lot of filming on the finishing. We made it.